Hello everyone. Wishing you all a very good morning. I hope all of you are doing good. Am I audible and visible to all of you? Abhiram? Am I audible and visible? Can you see me? Good morning. Okay. So in today's class, I could not take your studies class because there was a problem with my laptop. It was shutting down. There was some sort of a bug there. So I had to wipe out that bug. Now I think it is working fine. So I'm back on this class, and if I remember correctly, Abhiram, we were discussing the spring force. Yes or no? We had discussed that the spring force in the spring is minus kx, where k is known as the spring constant and x is the displacement of the block from its equilibrium position. So whenever the spring is stretched or it is compressed, it will start to exert a force, and that force will be in the opposite direction. That means if the spring is stretched, it will try to pull back in. If the spring is compressed, it will try to push back outwards. Remember, there is a difference between a string and a spring. The difference is not of T and P alone. String remains same in length. It does not stretch. It does not compress. Spring can compress. It can elongate as well. But remember, even if it is getting compressed or it is getting elongated, it will always try to come back to its original state, and we call it elasticity. Elasticity would be a chapter which would be doing in the coming classes. In that chapter, everything would be elastic, so everything would be like a spring. Even if it is a string, it would be like a spring, it would be like a rubber band. So we will be doing all these elastic bodies in a different chapter. Right now, the only elastic body that is going to come to us is spring, and this spring will always try to come to its equilibrium position, or it will try to acquire its natural state. We had also seen that if you keep a block attached to a spring on a flat surface, the equilibrium position happens at the natural length of the spring. We had also seen that if you are hanging a block, the equilibrium position is not at the natural length. Just to revise that topic, I bought this question. So force constant of a spring is 100 Newton per meter. If a 10 kg block is attached with the spring is at rest, find the extension in the spring. So please do this question. So the block is at rest. The better way of saying this would be the block is in equilibrium, because rest may confuse you. The block is in equilibrium. There is no force acting on the block. Now you will be asking me, sir, why are you saying that the block is in equilibrium and not emphasizing on block is at rest? I'll let you know. I'll let you know when time comes. So it's better to say block is in what, Abhiram? Block is in equilibrium. Block is in equilibrium. When it is in equilibrium, the important concept. Now remember, remember, keep it in mind. When the body is in equilibrium, the force acting on the body is zero. When the body is in equilibrium, you must remember that the force acting on the body is zero. And then you can remember Newton's first law or Newton's second law. If the body is at rest, it will be at rest. So if it is at rest, it will remain at rest. Or if it is in motion, it will move with the same constant velocity. Am I clear? Now, when the block is at rest, at that particular moment, there may not be any force acting on it. But in most of the cases, and there will be a chapter known as SHM, we will find out, and don't be surprised, that even if when the block is at rest, when this body is at rest, the force acting on it is not zero. So when the block is at rest, it is not good to say that the block is in equilibrium. Yeah. When the block is in equilibrium, if it is at rest, it will remain at rest. I hope you understand the difference between the two. So instead of asking in the question the block is at rest, I will say theoretically, correctly, the block is in equilibrium. The force constant of a spring is 100 Newton per meter. A 10 kg block attached to the spring is in equilibrium. Then find the extension in the spring. Can you do that, Abhiram? So what will be the extension in the spring? So what do? I draw the free body diagram. Weight is acting downwards. 10 multiplied by G. 10 multiplied by G would be 100. Spring force will be upwards, Fs. Spring force will be upwards. The block is in equilibrium. So Fs should be equal to 100. Now remember, this Fs is nothing but equal to K into X. K is the spring constant. So 100 multiplied by X. This implies you will get the value of 100. We will get the value of X. X would be equal to 1 meter. Do we understand this? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this, sir? The extension in the spring should be 100 of 1 meter. Abhiram, do we understand this? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this? Okay, great. You got this answer? Now, let us move further in our endeavor. Now, what type of questions are you going to get in this particular topic of spring force? The first type of question is what I have told you. The block will be in equilibrium, and then you will have to find out the extension in the spring or something of that nature, or if the block is not in equilibrium, you have to find the acceleration of the block. I'll give you a question on that. Let us start with the question on that. I think I already gave you a question on that, but still I will give it again so that you understand what type of questions you can expect in this particular section. So, okay, I have not given this question. Yes, I think I had given this question. So let us go back to this question, which probably I gave you as homework in the last class. Now, what was the scenario here? We had a block of mass M, which was attached to a spring of spring constant K, and this spring had a natural length of L naught. It is extended by a distance or length X. There were 3 questions that were asked, or 4 questions that were asked from you. The spring constant of the spring was given as K. The natural length of the spring was given as L naught, which you will not require. The extension in the spring was given as X, as you can see, and the mass of the block was given as M, as you all know. You had to draw, number 1, the free body diagram of block M. That was the first task that you were given. Then you were asked to find out the normal reaction, spring force, and the acceleration of the block. I think we had done some part of this question, but again, just to go back and remind ourselves, I'll give you a minute to solve this question and give me the answer. The time starts now. Are we trying the question, Abhiram? Okay. So, shall I proceed? So, how are we going to do this? Well, the first thing is draw the sketch. Sketch is already there. Number two, isolate the body. Nothing to isolate, only one body. So it's there. Step number three, draw the free body diagram. You can start with the green thing. Normal reaction is upwards and is weight is downwards. N is upward, weight is downward. Then you have a force Fs, which is equal to K into X. This is the force Fs, spring force. I think we had solved the question, so I have not written here. Let me write it. Fs is equal to Kx, which is the spring force which will try to bring it back to its original position. And there is no other force in the opposite direction. So this is going to accelerate like this towards the left hand side. So far, so good. Can I have some raised hand that we understand this? Do we understand this? So this is the free body diagram of block M. We have already drawn the free body diagram. What are we supposed to do now? Find out the value of N. N is upwards, Mg is downwards along the y-axis. This block cannot move like this because it is kept on a plane. So it's in equilibrium. So N equates Mg. That gives me the first answer for the normal reaction. The normal reaction of the body on the ground or of the ground on the body is equal to the weight of this block. So far, so good. Can I have some raised hands? Do you understand this, Abhiram? Okay. What next? What is that? What next? Now let me try to find out the value of Fs. It is not rocket science to find out the value of Fs. Fs will be equal to K multiplied by X. The direction will be this side. We know that. I know the direction. I don't have to write minus. Minus only indicates the direction, remember. If you know the direction, you don't have to write minus. You know that the direction is this side. So Fs is equal to Kx. That becomes your value for the spring force. Fs, the spring force. We have found out the second answer as well. Fs, the value of spring force is K multiplied by X. What next? The only thing that remains now is to get the value of the acceleration A. And how do I get the value of acceleration A? The block has to move like this. Net force in this direction, the blue equation, the net force in this direction is Fs. And this Fs is nothing but equal to Kx. Remember, I know the direction. That's why I'm not writing the negative sign. This net force, Newton's second law, must be equal to mass into acceleration. And that becomes my third equation. Fs, which is equal to Kx, is equal to ma. From here, I can calculate the value of A. The acceleration of the block will be Kx by m. Do we understand this? Can I have some raised hand that we understand this, sir? Kx by m becomes my acceleration. Do we understand this? Can I have some raised hand that we understand this, sir? Raised hand gives me more confidence that we are in the same universe where you can listen to me and act accordingly. Am I clear? Anyone, any doubt? Abhiram, do you have any doubt? Okay, well done. So that brings us to this type of questions where instead of telling you that the block is in equilibrium, they are telling you indirectly that the block is not in equilibrium, and you are supposed to do what? You are supposed to find out the acceleration of the block which is attached to the spring. Now let us move on to the next type of question over here. And the next type of question over here would be based on similar thing, but asked in a different way. So this is the question that we are looking at. Example number 19, as it says, two blocks A and B of mass M attached with a light spring are suspended by a string. So here I have a string which is attached to block A. Block A and block B are attached together by a spring. Interesting. Find the acceleration of the block A and B just after the string is cut. These types of questions I've seen many times coming in NEET, JEE Mains as well. So it is quite prudent that we discuss these questions. I'll give you a minute to think about it. What is going to happen in this case? Block A is attached to a string. Block A and B are attached to a spring. Don't get confused. It's a simple question and we will solve it simply. I'll give you a minute to think about it. Remember, before the string is cut, it has not been mentioned here. Before the string is cut, we'll have to assume that block A and block B are in equilibrium. So that is not given directly in the question, but you will have to assume that before the string is cut, the blocks are in equilibrium. So remember, that is the star mark of this question, star highlight of this question. The star highlight of this question, how do I make a star? Okay, this is a good star. Before cutting, the blocks are in equilibrium. So I'll give you some time to think about this question. 1 minute precisely, 2 minutes. Then I shall solve this for you. Think about it. Think about it, how it is done. So how do you go about solving this? Well, before cutting, as already mentioned, and as we understand, the blocks are in equilibrium before cutting. So we first draw the free body diagrams when they are in equilibrium. The free body diagram of B, mg is downwards and spring force Fs is upwards. Yes or no? And the block is in equilibrium. They have called it Ft naught. Let me not call it T naught. Let me call it Fs. Fs will be equal to mg. That will be the free body diagram of block B. And from there, you will get the value of Fs or force in the spring. Do we understand this? Can I have some reason that we understand this? The force in the spring force will be equal to mg, where m is the mass of the block B. Shall I move forward? Now, if we move to block A now look at the free body diagram of block A. Tension T, this is the tension in the string, trying to pull the block upwards. This is the weight of the block, mg, which is downwards. And remember, spring is getting stressed, so spring will try to compress. When it's trying to compress on the lower block, spring force is upwards. But when it is trying to compress on the upper block, the force would be downwards. So the downward force will be equal to Fs. Do we understand this? Can I have some raised hands? Remember, the spring is getting extended. This is the spring. It got extended. This is the lower block. This is the upper block. The spring got extended. So on the lower block, spring force is upwards because it will try to come back. But on the upper block, it will be downward because it will try to come back. Do we understand this? Yes or no? Great. Then we can write, because the block is in equilibrium, T upwards is equal to mg plus Fs downwards. T is equal to mg plus Fs. But we know that Fs is equal to mg. So the tension in the string becomes 2m. Tension in the string becomes 2mg. And remember, the spring force is mg. Do we understand this? Up till now, so far so good, yes or no? So far so good, yes or no? Up till now, so far so good, yes or no? Yes, sir. Then, sir, what is going to happen now, sir, is this, sir. Remember, the spring force is mg. We have calculated. The tension in the string originally is 2mg. Now remember, another star point. Another star point. When the string is cut, you cut the string. Remember, up till now, in no question strings were cut. This is the first question in which string were cut. A string is cut. What happens to the tension in the string when it gets cut? What happens to the tension in the string when it gets cut? Tension in the string becomes 0. The string is cut, tension in the string is 0, but nothing has done to the spring. So spring force will remain constant. Spring force remains same. Do we understand this? We have cut the string, so tension in the string becomes 0, but spring force remains same. Now let us look at the block A and let us look at the block B once again. Let us look at block A and let us look at block B once again. Let us draw the free body diagram of block A. Block A के लिए mg its weight is downwards. Yes or no? mg its weight is downward. Yes or no? But at the same time, spring force Fs is also downwards. Raise hands will give me more confidence that we are on the same page. Okay. Now let us look at the free body diagram of block B. mg is downwards. Spring force Fs it's upwards. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now, we have already seen that this spring force is equal to mg. So I just write this as equal to mg. This spring force is equal to mg. At the same time, this spring force is also equal to mg. Are we understanding this? Yes or no? Now let me write the equation of this block, the green block. mg is downwards. One more mg is downwards. Two mg's are downwards. Where it can move, it can only accelerate in this direction. Let me call the acceleration as A. Let me call the acceleration as A or A1. A1 is the acceleration of this block, which is downwards. mg is downwards. mg is downward. What will be the equation for this block? What will be the equation for this block? What will be the equation for this block? It will be simply equal to mg downwards plus mg downwards. mg plus mg is equal to ma. Am I clear? Am I clear? mg plus mg is equal to ma. The green equation or A1, I wrote it as A1. A1. From here, I can get the value of acceleration of block A. A1 will be equal to 2 times of B. That is the acceleration of block A. Do we understand this? mg was downwards. Wait. 1 mg is spring force. That is also downwards. mg plus mg becomes 2 mg. 2 mg becomes equal to ma or ma1. So a1 becomes 2 times g. Am I clear with this concept? Yes or no? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this, sir? No. Well done. Then if you understand this, this is simple. This is block B. Now let us look at the block B. Fs is upwards and this Fs is equal to mg. This mg is downwards. So mg upwards, mg downwards, mg is upwards, mg is also downwards. Can this block move? Or is the block having any net force? The net force on this block is 0. F net is 0. Oh, wrong color. The net force on this block is 0 because mg equal to mg. Net force is 0. There is no net force. Both are equating, and therefore acceleration A2 of this block is 0 because there is no net force. Upwards is mg, downwards is also mg. So the acceleration of this block becomes 0. Am I clear? Am I clear? How have we done this question? First of all, we have assumed that the block is in equilibrium. You have found out the value of tension. and spring force. Tension was equal to 2 mg. Tension was equal to 2 mg and spring force was equal to mg. When the string is cut, tension becomes 0, but spring force remains same. Then we draw the free body diagram of block A and block B. On block A, mg and mg, 2 mg is downwards. That must be equal to mass into A1. A1 becomes 2g. But on block 2, mg is upward, mg is downward. Net force is 0. Acceleration of this block is 0. Do we understand this? Can I have some reason that we understand this? Okay. Then what I'll try to give you would be another question. The scenario has been reversed here. Oops. The scenario has been reversed here. Do you see this? What is happening? Let me first say try. Maybe it got stuck somewhere. Okay. Now the scenario is like this. Scenario has been changed. Two blocks A and B of same mass M are attached with a light string, are suspended by a spring as shown in the figure. Find the acceleration of block A and block B just after the string is cut. String is cut. What is the acceleration of block A and block B? String has been cut. Acceleration of block A and block B. Are you trying the question? Can I have reason that we are trying the question? That is good. I hope you have drawn the diagram. I hope you have drawn the diagram. I'll give you 2 minutes. Think about it. Else I will be helping you out. I am always there to help you. But if you can solve the question on your own, that is the best thing that can happen. So I'll give you time. Think about it. Let me know. Okay. What is the first thing that we are going to do? Abhiram, can we unmute yourself? Tell me what is to be do. What is to be done? Okay, Abhiram is telling me that we have to draw the free body diagram. Free body diagram in equilibrium. That is what I'm going to draw. Free body diagram in equilibrium. Remember, block B, mg weight downwards. Tension T upwards. Block A, mg downwards. Tension T downwards. What about spring force? Spring force would be upwards. Yes or no? Can I have some raised hand that we understand this, sir? No problems with this one, sir. Okay. Then the system is in equilibrium. So look at this block. The system is in equilibrium. T becomes equal to mg. T becomes equal to mg. T becomes equal to mg. And now look at the green one, green one, green one. This block is also in equilibrium. Abhinam, what will be the equation for this block? Please tell me the equation for this block. The green one, the green that I have marked for you. What is the equation for this block? What is the equation for this block? What is the equation for the ऊपर वाला block? Fs is upwards, mg is downwards, t is downwards. So Fs becomes mg plus t. But we know that the value of t is equal to mg. So Fs becomes mg plus mg to mg. Yes or no? Yes or no? Please raise your hands and tell me that we have understood this, sir. T is equal to mg and Fs is equal to 2mg. T is equal to mg, Fs is equal to 2mg. Now what is going to happen? The string is going to cut. String is going to cut. So this tension becomes 0. Yes or no? String is going to be cut. So this tension becomes 0. Now let me draw the free body diagram of block B. This is my block B. What is the free body diagram of this block? What is the free body diagram of this block? mg is downwards. mg is downwards. There is nothing upwards. mg is downwards. mg is downwards. Nothing upwards. So it has to accelerate downwards. Let me call this acceleration as A2. Do we understand this? Because it is block B. So I am using 2. I could use 1 or whatever I want. mg is downwards. A2 is downwards. What will be the equation of this block? What will be the equation of this block? I have covered it in red. What will be the equation of this block? mg downwards. That should be equal to m of A2 downwards. Get cancels. Acceleration of block 2 is g in the downward direction. That is what we are getting. Do we understand this? Can I have some raised hand that we understand this, sir? Great. Acceleration 2, block 2, block B is G in the downward direction. But this does not finish the question because I'm still left with block A. Let us look at what is happening with block A. Block A. This is my block A. Let us look at the free body diagram. Fs is upwards. And this Fs, you remember, is 2mg. So Fs is 2mg, which is upwards. The weight of this block is mg, which is downwards. Fs is upwards. 2mg, which is downward. I am covering it in green. This is green. 2mg is upwards. mg is downwards. So the net force is not balancing here. There is a force in the upward direction. Yes or no? So it will move upwards with an acceleration a1. Yes or no? Do we understand this? 2 mg is upwards. Mg is downwards. Okay. Who is telling me this? Oh. Okay. Please wait, sir. Writing notes. Okay. Are the students sitting in the class? I had no idea. I can't see them, so I have no idea what's happening. Are they in the class? I don't see anyone. Camera is off. Okay. So 2 mg upwards, mg downwards. 2 mg is more than mg. So acceleration would be upwards. I have called it as A1, acceleration 1. What will be the equation for block 2? I'll give you a minute. Think about it. So the equation of block 1, block A, would be 2 mg upwards minus mg, which is downwards, should be equal to m into A1, which is upwards. If I calculate this, acceleration will be coming as g in the upward direction. Do we understand this now? So the answers are for block A, the green block, the acceleration is g upwards. For the red block, block B, the acceleration is g downwards. I'll give you a minute to note this down. I hope you have understood this. Anyone in the class, if you not understood, please raise hand so that I can clear your doubts. Again, I'll tell you how I've done this. Step number 1, isolate all bodies. There are only 2 bodies isolated. Sketch is already there. Then I have drawn the free body diagram of block A. Block A, free body diagram. T is upwards, mg is downwards. So my T becomes equal to mg. T is upwards, mg is downwards. Then I have drawn the free body diagram of block B. Fs is upwards, T is downwards, mg is downwards. So Fs becomes mg plus T. Fs becomes equal to 2 mg. Remember, when the string is cut, tension becomes 0. When tension becomes 0 for block B, the free body diagram becomes very simple. Mg is downwards. There is no force in the upward direction. So acceleration has to be downwards. So acceleration mg becomes equal to ma2. Acceleration becomes g downwards. When the string is cut, spring force does not change. Spring force remains same. So Fs is upwards. Mg weight is always downwards. 2 mg is upwards. 1 mg is downwards. The body should accelerate upwards. I've called that acceleration as A1. 2 mg minus mg is equal to m into A1. A1 becomes equal to g. Am I clear now? Am I clear now? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this? The next thing that we have to understand, The last thing of this particular section is a spring balance. A spring balance. What is a spring balance and what does it measure? Now, as we have seen in the case of a weighing machine, we normally feel that the weighing machine measures your weight. The weighing machine does not measure your weight directly. If this is your weighing machine and someone is sitting on top of it, it is pushing this weighing machine down. This weighing machine is pushing it up. Weighing machine only measures that normal reaction. Weighing machine measures that normal reaction, and in most of the cases, that normal reaction is equal to the weight of the body, and hence we get the weight of the body indirectly using a weighing machine. Similarly, a spring balance, you might have seen sometimes this shopkeeper, this thela wala comes, rickshaw wala, and when you are selling your ghar ka paper and raddi and books, they measure it by a spring balance, a single balance which they keep in hand. Now, this spring balance obviously consists of a spring. We may again think that the spring balance measures the weight of whatever is hung to it. It does not measure the weight directly, it measures it indirectly. It measures the force exerted by the object on the hook. So basically, a spring balance is just like a spring. It is a spring like this. If you attach a block or a body here, M, this spring will exert a force on this. If you draw the free body diagram of this block, it will be mg. The force exerted by a spring would be Fs. What the spring balance is going to measure is the value of this Fs. And since the block is in equilibrium, this Fs will be equal to mg. So indirectly, it is only measuring its force, the spring force, but indirectly the spring force is equal to the weight of the block, and hence it is also measuring the weight of the block, not directly but indirectly. Do we understand this? Do we understand this? That a spring balance does not directly measure the weight. What you have to write in star, spring balance measures the, what you have to write in star, spring balance measures the spring force. So whenever someone says, why, what is the reading in the spring balance, you just find out the spring force in that spring balance, and that would be your answer. Do we understand this? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this, sir? Do we understand this? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this, sir? Spring balance only measures the spring force, and in most of the cases that spring force is equal to the weight of the block. Example number 20, please note this example. This is given to you as homework task. There are two spring balance number 1, spring balance number 2. A block of mass 20 kg is suspended through two light spring balances as shown in the figure. Calculate the reading of spring balance number 1. I have called number 1 as the upper one, and the reading in the spring balance 2. So in both the cases, you have to tell me the force in the spring balance. Am I clear with this question? Will you be able to solve this question and put your answers in the Telegram group today? Tomorrow also you have a class, a regular class. Today is an extra class just because I could not take it yesterday. Will you be putting the answers in the Telegram group? Yes or no? Well, on that note, I will finish today's class. Well done. I hope you have loved the class. And if someone has missed the class, the video will be there on the app. You can see it. If any problems, any doubt, you can ask me anytime on the group. I'm always awake and I'm always available. Take care. Have a good day. Sayonara.